What's going on with IamSarine? Welcome back to my channel. I am Serene, and today's video is about first, second, and third trimester symptoms that I have experienced. I haven't experienced all of them. I have experienced some of them, and we're just gonna go through the ones that I've experienced. I'm gonna call them out and I'll let you know which ones I experienced, which ones I didn't. And also with each trimester, I'll post a picture of what I looked like in the first trimester, in the second trimester, and therefore in the third trimester. Obviously, I'm not too sure how I'm uploading these videos, but potentially you've already seen me dressed like this in a video about gender myths. Y'all, today's my birthday and I am 30 today. You know, adulthood has now begun, and I'm a grown woman, as a big girl now, or whatever Patrice Roberts said. But yeah, so let's get into it. So in first trimester, they say that you should have tender or swollen breast, or these are the symptoms you would normally have. Tender or swollen breast. Actually, I should probably tell you when first trimester starts and stop. Okay, I think first trimester ends at week 14 of pregnancy. I think that's what it is, so we're gonna go with that. Week 14 of pregnancy, and in the first 14 weeks of pregnancy, you should have tender swollen breasts. You should have tender swollen breasts, nausea with or without vomiting, increased urination, fatigue, food cravings and aversions, heartburn, and constipation. Yo, I had tender breasts, not necessarily swollen, but definitely tender breasts, or more so tender nipples. I did not have nausea, nor did I vomit, so no morning sickness or nausea at all. Definitely had increased urination. I remember waking up just peeing and being annoyed because I want to sleep, but I gotta pee, so I have to get up. Fatigue, I was tired, but I don't feel like I was like flatlining type of tired, but I was tired for sure. Food cravings and aversions. This is the part that was interesting. I can't say I really ever had a craving per se, but there are things that I did definitely prefer to have. I remember in the beginning of my pregnancy, I only wanted, or not only wanted, but I ate a lot of Thai food. I ate a lot of jalapenos and a lot of cheese. And I remember really enjoying duck spring rolls with sweet and sour sauce, or sweet chili sauce. Yo, that was banging. And then as I continued through my first trimester, the smell of those things cooking, i.e. the duck rolls, was the nastiest thing ever. And that's what I realized. The things that I liked or enjoyed eating, or some of them, as I continued to eat them, they actually made me feel sick. And then I didn't want to have them anymore. And when I say made me feel sick, like the smell of them was just really like off-putting, so I wouldn't eat it. So the duck spring rolls, I didn't eat them. I haven't even touched one since first trimester. Like, it literally was a craving and became an aversion like that. The Thai food, I still here for it. Even in my third trimester, I'm enjoying Thai food. I'm enjoying sushi. Well, cooked sushi for sure. I'm enjoying that. Like, it's the Asian persuasion, the Asian sensation of food has been amazing. I really like that. And the spicy stuff have been amazing as well. Like, but in the first trimester, it was really bad because I literally could just sit and eat jalapenos, like it was a pastime. It was perfect. What other aversions did I have? Chicken. Still haven't fully come back to chicken. Chicken needs to be cooked a certain way or have a certain flavor for me to still eat it. But chicken has been a no-go from the beginning of my pregnancy. I went off of bread. I went off of ice cream, cupcakes, cakes, all things sweet. I went off of eggs, chicken. What else did I stop eating, babe? all things wrap, anything with gluten in it. I remember, because in the UK you don't actually have a scan until you're about between 12 and 14 weeks. If you were to be scanned by the NHS. So basically, sometimes I was feeling so normal that sometimes to test that I was still actually pregnant and, you know, I haven't like, you know, like miscarried or whatever, I would go in the bread aisle. And boy, oh boy, did pregnancy remind me, I don't like bread. The smell of flour, wheat, and gluten, all of it, it used to really turn me off. Like, it used to be so bad. Bread, all of that was a no-go. Completely. Even rice, like rice, I kind of was just like, yeah, I don't really want rice. I would eat it, but I wouldn't want rice at all. So there were a lot of things that I just stopped eating on, like, it just really wasn't my thing. So I had more aversions than I had that of cravings. Then heartburn, I had heartburn. I think I had heartburn once. I ate like a whole avocado. And I felt the heartburn or the acid reflux. And yo, I haven't done it since. I've had avocado, but not in the not in the amount that I had initially. But haven't had any heartburn. Honestly, my sister is convinced that this baby is about to be bald. And I'm okay with that because hair grows. It doesn't matter. It's fine. So yes, no heartburn at all. And then constipation, yes. Constipation is real. And I think, I take prenatals with iron in it. So I guess that doesn't help. To be fair, after your first trimester, they do say like, you can come off of the iron prenatals, but I've just stayed on them. Like, it's what prenatals that I want to take, and you know, I've continued taking, and my iron has been perfect. I haven't had to be put on any iron pills or anything like that. So I've just stayed on it. But yes, constipation is real in pregnancy. It's actually so silly that the hormones actually affect you in that way, because you'll be on the toilet for times. But yes, hopefully I have inserted the first trimester picture here, and you've been able to see what I've been looking like in my first trimester. I haven't been one of those pregnant women that have taken a lot of pictures at all. So yeah, hopefully I can find things that I would actually want to approve of to put on the internet. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now we go to second trimester. Second trimester is when I slowly started to be able to eat the things that I wanted to eat before, like bread and like eggs. But it was really a slow movement because I was so traumatized from the smell of these things that at first I was just like, actually I don't want to eat it. But as I slowly reintroduced them back into my diet, I was fine, except for chicken. Chicken is still the thing that has been outstanding, and I ain't even forcing it because chicken wasn't even like my favorite meat of choice to have in the first place before pregnancy. So not being forced to have chicken really did not bother me at all. But in the second trimester, symptoms should look like this: a growing belly or breast, Braxton Hicks transaction. What's the transaction chart? Contractions. Okay. Skin changes, nasal problems, dental issues, dizziness, leg cramps, vaginal discharge, and urinary tract infections. Okay, growing belly and breast. My breast did not grow, or has not grown, or maybe they have grown, but my bra, I haven't had to like change it or use the extenders that I bought. So a growing belly, yes, I eventually had a growing belly. I stopped sleeping on my front at about 18 weeks of pregnancy. So but around that time, 17, 18 weeks, that's when I stopped. But like, I slept on my belly the entire time because I actually wasn't beginning to show really early on at all. Braxton Hicks I keep saying transaction. Braxton Hicks contractions, and you know, Braxton Hicks are those like pretend labor contractions, the practice ones. I can't say I've had any of those. Let me tell you what I've had. I have had some serious gas pains. that be traveling down my stomach and lodging in my nether regions. Yo, sometimes I have to stand up and I'm like, wait, Henrik, let me breathe through this, because that be hurting. The gas, they just, and get stuck, and that shit hurts. Skin changes, like increased pigmentation, melasma. I haven't had any of that. Like, I thought for a while that my neck was kind of getting slightly dark, but I think it's just because the UK has definitely had a proper summer this year, and I think I've just been out in the sun during that time. But I don't think like my skin has gotten darker or anything like that. Nasal problems. I think I had nasal problems from even first trimester, to the point where Henrik used to do this thing where, okay, so basically my snoring got worse, or maybe I started to snore. Semantics, who's discussing that part? But Henrik, I would wake up in the middle of the night and Henrik would be like creeping out of the room with a blanket and a pillow, and I'd be like, babe, where you going? And he's like, nowhere. And I'm like, so you look like a nomad traveling with a pillow and a blanket. Of course you're going somewhere. And then I would make him sleep with me, because why are you running away from me? Like, why? I don't care if it's noisy. Let us sleep. Yeah, or sometimes I wake up and then I like notice that he's not in the bed and he's in the second room, and he'd be like, but you were snoring. I'm sorry, I didn't get myself pregnant. Let's endure this together. You know? But yes, my snoring got horrible. And yes, I have given him peace where he can sleep by himself, because it apparently it is noisy. And then summer came around and then I had hay fever to deal with. So yeah, it wouldn't have been fair for me to be in there all night long and he can't get any sleeping time. So yes, definitely had nasal problems. Also, every now and again, I thought I would bleed in my nose. Okay, I shouldn't call it a bleed, but I would see speckles of blood or pink tinges. But that eventually worn off after a while. When I spoke to my midwife, she just told me to watch it, and it kind of wore off. So that's fine. Dental issues. Pregnancy can cause the gums to be more sensitive to flosses and brushes, resulting in minor bleeding. I have experienced a bit of that. And Helen keeps saying to me, oh, when are you going to the dentist? Because in the UK, you have free dental care up until the baby is it until the baby is 2 or 1? One of the two. Until the baby is a year old, you have free dental care. So I know I need to go to the dentist, but I don't be trusting these people. Y'all, if you live in the UK and you have not grown up in the UK, you know what I mean by the dental care in the UK is not up to par. And they don't want to hear you say that, but it is not up to par. I went to the dentist once in this country. I never passed back. So, which is probably not good, but I also don't have no cavities. And I got all my teeth in my mouth and they're all straight. None of them are crooked, bent, or torn apart. So, we're not doing that. But I will go to the dentist when the baby is here, because, you know, just to check that everything's good after childcare. And also, I have started, or I did start to take like calcium tablets, just to ensure that my teeth don't leave me. After childbirth, I don't even mean to laugh, but like, I know all of these things happen when you get pregnant. And yo, sometimes what can you do? Because you, at the end of the day, you've got a baby out of it. But yeah, these babies could have you looking hairless and toothless all in the same month. And then you have to get dentures. And who wants that? Okay, then we have dizziness. I have not felt dizzy. Leg cramps. I think I got a leg cramp once, and I haven't had one since then. So no. Vaginal discharge. I think vaginal discharge should just exist for all 3 trimesters, because like it's increased blood to the body, all of that. Like vaginal discharge should increase, in my opinion. Urinary tract infections. No. I haven't had that, but I was surprised to see this on the list, because how would you be getting a urinary tract infection while pregnant, but like, are you holding your pee? Like what would you be doing to even experience something like that? But that's the symptoms that this website have given me. As you can see, the only one I've had was nasal problems and maybe a minor dental issue, but I haven't experienced any of those symptoms. And I think the second trimester ranges from week 14 to week 27. Then we go on to the third trimester, which is from week 28 to week 40. And this is the one that I'm in now. Third trimester symptoms. The first thing it says was shortness of breath. First of all, you have shortness of breath from the beginning. Like, you have shortness of breath in your first trimester. And I know the internet would make us believe that these women that be running up and down in their first trimester, I'm 10 weeks pregnant and running full sprints on a treadmill. Like, that is normal. That shit is not normal. You are tired. You can't breathe. Whether you exercised before or not, like, you do have shortness of breath. Like, it is common, very common. I think everyone experiences it. You do feel tired. You have shortness of breath. And then by the time you get to your third trimester, the second trimester, you have shortness of breath, but it's a different shortness of breath. The shortness of breath, it feels like you can't inhale properly because the baby is so high up. But then you get to your third trimester and the baby kind of shifts down, or like when the baby turns and its foot is up and its head is down, you can breathe a lot better, but your shortness of breath, because now you're heavier, you just feel the weight of the baby. So you always have shortness of breath. I don't understand why they feel it's just in the third trimester. At least for me, I've always had I've had the shortness of breath in different ways, but shortness of breath nonetheless. Frequent urination, you pee the entire time. So that's not a symptom for the third trimester. That's a symptom for pregnancy period. You will just be peeing. You're like a human fountain at this point. Swollen feet and ankle. Yo, let me tell you, my feet, they've been pretty good, but at the same time, the days when they get swollen, oh, do they get swollen. And the heat in the UK for these heat waves that we've experienced have not made it any better. Like, my feet aren't painful, but they're just swollen. And thank God for Henrik. He kind of rubs them out and I can put my foot up and try to get the swelling down. But honestly, it be swollen. Right now they're fine for the most part, but when they're swollen, they really do look like chunky, I don't even know, they look, you know, when you have a glove and you blow it up and you could just see the fingers like fat and then the hand is fat. I feel like that's what my feet look like when they're swollen. So definitely that's a thing. Itchy skin, I do have a bit of itchy skin on my stomach and I'm trying not to itch, but also, what am I gonna do? Not itch. So I have been itching. I do also have stretch marks on my stomach, but those stretch marks were kind of there before I was pregnant, you know, because I was a little chunky from the beginning. I was a little chunky from the beginning. So those stretch marks have kind of just presented themselves in a way where we can all see them. So yeah, sore bleeding gums, like I said before, slightly but not enough to be worried about. Braxton Hicks contractions. I keep saying transactions. Braxton Hicks contractions. I haven't had any of that. Thank God. These are the only symptoms that this thing says to look out for, but I'm sure there are more. But no, other than just being hot, if that's another symptom, like I have been hella hot, like proper, like sweat is running off of me type of hot in my third trimester. But other than that, I think the third trimester is where it kind of eases down. Like, you actually get tired, not tired as in like, oh, but tired as in like, yo, this baby's getting heavy and I'm walking around with all the weight by myself. That type of tired. But other than that, it's fine. By now, baby, you should have turned head down. And I think my baby turned head down pretty early. They started saying baby was in a cephalic position from about 20 weeks. So baby was head down from the beginning, which is cool, which is what I wanted. And whenever I go to my midwife or to a scan, that's what I confirm, you know, baby's still head down and has not changed position. because we want to have this baby as natural as possible by God's grace. Yes guys, this brings me to the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.